Hello and welcome to another week in review. I'm Scott Douglas.
I'm Ann Holiday.
And I'm Igor.
Super Bowl weekend is finally upon us. Steelers, Packers going at it this Sunday night, Super Bowl 45. But more importantly, this weekend, there's another bowl happening. This one involves...
a toilet bowl?
No, I think some salsa or no, tacos, right? It's Binge Bowl.
Tacos.
Yeah, gearing up for that big taco eating contest. We're filming this Friday the 4th, so if you're watching this after the 5th, you blew it because it's going to be a huge spectacle. Binge Bowl, the taco eating contest, it's going to be huge.
And I've been actually helping Igor train. We actually went out yesterday, been hitting the buffets, right?
Yes, overeating and trying to stretch that stomach out to fit as many tacos down my gullet as possible. It's going to be fun.
It's going to be a great time. I'll have a complete recap for you next week. Super Bowl 45 this Sunday. A lot of people going nuts. Everybody's favorite Pittsburgh Steelers. And
not my favorite
Not my
Pittsburgh
favorite
Steelers.
either. And we got a Cleveland Browns guy here, too.
I could care less.
He don't even care about sport. I'm just associated you with Cleveland. So.
Binge eating is my sport of choice. But,
is that sanctioned? Is this a sanctioned event? Did anybody look into this? I mean, we could set a world record, maybe.
The thing that I just heard today is that all kinds of flights are getting canceled for people that are trying to make it to the Super Bowl. What happens if, like, half of the crowd doesn't get to go? Like, seriously, do they get a refund? I mean,
tickets are $5,000 they're selling for the seats of this game.
I mean, that's not the Super Bowl people's fault if their flights get canceled. I wouldn't imagine there'd be a refund. I mean, God, wouldn't that suck?
Yeah, well, who would buy insurance on that? Because it's in Dallas, Texas, and they got an snowstorm going on. It's a complete mess down there.
Yeah.
Speaking of complete messes, the Steelers' offense has been, not against the actual football plan, but we can't seem to keep them out of trouble. There was a report earlier this week that Steelers wide receiver Hines Ward and a couple other players were frequenting a gentleman's club. Is that the proper term?
I knew I liked them for a reason.
But the press is jumping all over this. Of course, Hines Ward said, they asked him point blank, were you at a strip club? No comment.
Does it really matter?
Yeah, I mean, he's single. I mean, who cares? I mean, but if it was Ben Roethlisberger, there's your problem. Speaking of Big Ben, he was actually out the other night in Dallas at a piano bar. Dueling pianos. Did you hear about this story yet?
I didn't hear it, but Ben being out in a bar can only be trouble.
No,
that can't end well.
It didn't last time when he was in Georgia in those southern states. I don't know what goes on in those bars.
So he was at like an upscale piano bar kind of deal, where with lounge lizards and those type.
Pretty much. We did the story on the Morning Buzz. I guess it's been a tradition for the quarterback to take out the offensive lineman to dinner. The Tuesday before the Super Bowl. And that's what he did. And after, they wanted to go hear some live music, so they ended up at a piano bar. And then Ben Roethlisberger was actually singing a Billy Joel song. I guess Piano Man.
Oh boy.
Until like 1 o'clock in the morning. But the thing that really gets me is the press is jumping all over this. If it wasn't Ben Roethlisberger, nobody would really care. I mean, the Green Bay Packers are down there. You don't even know where they are. Nobody's talking about it. But as soon as Ben Roethlisberger steps his foot out anywhere, he's look out, a rapist on the loose here. Alleged. So it should be a pretty interesting game. I actually think the Green Bay Packers are going to upset the Steelers this time. I don't think the Steelers are going to be able to pull off 3 in a row.
I read a story this morning about this camel at a New Jersey zoo who predicts football games.
Again with these.
The camel.
Well, first, this weekend, Punxsutawney Phil doing the weather. We found out he's only 39% right of the time.
I thought we were done with all these animals. Didn't we used to have an octopus that used to...
The World Cup, right?
The octopus died.
So now we got a what?
A camel.
A camel.
Princess is her name. And I can't remember her accuracy rate, but she picked the Steelers to lose. But when they won, she picked them to win. So
what are the credentials behind that? I mean...
all I know is it has something to do with graham crackers. They put the graham crackers...
No, this is getting even more confusing. Graham crackers, camels, my head's spinning.
Well, they put the graham crackers on the... They have the Steelers and the Packers, graham cracker, and Princess goes for the...
Yeah, but I'm just wondering, but why this time? Has this camel done it in the past?
Yes, she's done it for years and picked the Steelers before to
How do you start that, though? Like, by accident, you accidentally leave 2 identical graham crackers on, like, 2 NFL teams' logos, and then, like, I guess it's a magical camel.
Yeah, I don't know how to break this to you, Ann, but camels are dumb.
I'm just saying.
They are.
I
seriously.
didn't write this story. I read this.
They wander the desert. I mean, why would they be in the desert? Why don't they go someplace where it's cooler?
A camel in New Jersey.
Yeah, so it's probably a mob hit. So it's going to end up like the octopus. If it picks the wrong team, it's going to disappear. Just like the World Cup octopus. That was in Germany. You don't mess with the Germans.
That's true.
I mean, one wrong bet and sayonara. So that's coming up here this weekend. Super Bowl 45 should be pretty interesting.
Do you have any bets? Do you ever make wagers with any of your friends? Or
I don't, but
I make it interesting.
I'm not with you. He doesn't have any money.
Well,
what do you got to wager with?
Oh, don't worry about that. I'm not going to win, but you're not supposed to know that.
Well, what I want to bet, I want to go on some of these online sports books.
Oh, yeah.
We were talking about some of the obscure bets that people were making. My favorite one is, how many times is Brett Favre's name going to be mentioned during the broadcast? The over-under is 2.5 times.
Well, see, I don't understand how that could be a real bet, because if the announcers know about that's a bet, they can be in cahoots with somebody ahead of time, and they'll make sure to mention it.
Anyway, I'm picking the over on that because it's the Green Bay Brett Favre's old team. Brett Favre's retiring. He was horrible this year, so I'm sure he's going to be mentioned.
2.5? I'm like, they're going to mention it like 20, 30 times, I'm sure.
So
that's my bet.
Keep your eye open for the Pug Dorito commercial. That's what I'm
So are they actually going to be doing that commercial? Was it picked?
I don't know. It was on, she just saw it on the CNN News.
Yeah.
Then they showed the clip.
Pug attack, with the
Yeah, if you're watching this on our Facebook page, we actually posted that video, I believe, last week on the Heroes Facebook page. You want to go back and see it, or just go to YouTube, search out Doritos Pug Attack. Cute commercial.
And then they do Pug Attack 2 also.
It's great. Or just watch Super Bowl and see it. And we'll be recapping the Super Bowl's commercials come Monday morning, because that's what most of the people are watching anyway.
That's what I'm watching it for.
So, all right, Igor, I believe you got some training to do.
Yes, I got to go eat.
You haven't ate in the last
see you tomorrow. Hour. Yep.
I'm having tacos today, because after tomorrow, I'm sure I won't want to have them anymore.
Why are you having tacos today? We're going to have Mexican tomorrow. Aren't you going to eat out there with us?
I'm not going to want to see tacos
after that spectacle that she's going to witness at Tortugas with there's probably going to be meat and cheese flying everywhere. I mean,
sour cream in your eye.
Oh yeah, it's going to be nice.
It's going to be interesting. So until next week, I'm Scott Douglas for Ann Holiday and Igor. We'll talk to you later.